My name is Ibukun Oluwa Fasunhan. I'm a playwright, I'm a director, and I'm also a stage manager. I've stage managed more than 50 shows with more than 500 performances all over the world. And I'm currently the Southern Artistic Director at Commonwealth Community Arts in Saskatchewan, Canada. Regarding the tools that have helped me in my stage management, well, I think one book that I refer to a lot is Tim LaHaye's Why You Act the Way You Do, because as a stage manager, I believe that stage management is beyond prompt book. A typical day of a stage manager is one that is very difficult to predict. Because for me, I always take different factors into consideration: the economical situation, the traffic, the mood of actors or director or the rehearsal location. And let me start from the economical situation of the country. Artists are not being paid well in Nigeria, and we have to be factual about that. And people have to pick on different jobs to support themselves. I can't expect an actor that is being paid more than 50,000 naira, who has family to feed, to depend on that job alone when he knows that he can pick other jobs that can probably pay him more, that would help him with all the medical bills and rent and everything. And also, that affects rehearsal in some ways, because, and that's why I thrive on creating pocket rehearsals. That helps me in achieving work faster as a stage manager. And also the traffic situation. Lagos is a very difficult place. No matter where you live in Lagos, even if you are living close to the rehearsal venue, if you experience traffic on one specific time of the day, no matter how early you wake up, you would be late for rehearsals. And I don't expect my actors to put themselves in danger because they want to attend rehearsals. And this causes friction between me and directors a lot. And I always have to tell them, I always have to tell these directors that, we have to be humane in our approach, as stage managers, as production companies, so that the actors, don't just see us as people, or as people who are just interested in their work and not interested in their well-being. Also, but then I always ensure that I don't give excuses for latecomers, because there are people that are perpetual latecomers. No matter how late your rehearsal is in the day, they will surely come late. So those are I give considerations to some of those things. And mood of the actors affects rehearsals. The director can just be in a bad mood, and the typical day of a stage manager changes. Again, as one who has stage managed in the diaspora, the typical day of a stage manager changes because the actors don't have excuse for wherever they are living, because there is no traffic and the economic situation is pretty good. Actors are being paid well, they are being paid equity rates. The typical day of a stage manager for me changes, depending on where the stage manager finds himself or herself. Well, I can authoritatively say that there are no support systems for stage managers at all in Nigeria. As a stage manager who has stage managed several shows, people always come to me that they want to stage manage, and it's very difficult for me to put them on shows. And the reason is because these shows that I found myself in don't have provisions for assistant stage managers, and I can't pay them for my money because, to start with, I'm not even being paid well. So what I always do for stage managers in my own little way is to refer them to shows I'm not able to do because of the money. And then when I refer them to those shows, I ensure that I negotiate for them, because producers are prone to always cheat theater artists, and because there's this clause that one has to always pay his dues, producers will always use that as an advantage, to cheat stage managers. And then I always tell people not to focus on stage management only. As a stage manager, you have to diversify. It's not easy. It wasn't easy for me to break into the industry. I started early enough when I was in year one. I started going to different producers, different directors to introduce myself, because then, as a stage manager in year one, I didn't have so much of responsibility, in quotes, and I'm still studying. And when I graduated from school, it was easy for me to break into the system because I'd already used year one to year four, to develop myself in the industry. My candid advice for stage managers is to find a side hustle, and that's a fact. Most producers or directors cannot afford to pay stage managers. In fact, they're even struggling to pay artists. You know, with a side hustle, you can concentrate on your stage management job and not get frustrated. You know, and out of, let's say, 50 productions in Nigeria, only 5 directors or 10 directors can pay stage managers. And also another tip for stage managers is to study psychology, read more books on psychology because that would help you stage manage more. That helped me a lot, and that was how I was able to get lots of jobs in Nigeria. And also connect to the industry as fast as possible while you are studying. Don't wait till you leave the university before you start connecting.